Welcome to the new video, guys. It's kind of late, but I have to do this review because I messed up. I made a huge mistake today, and the only thing that I feel right now is the need to be better tomorrow. And that's exactly what I'm gonna do. So let's see how and what I did wrong. So firstly, we can see that today we had the FOMC meeting minutes at 2 p.m., which means that we can trade until that. We don't want to be holding any trades through this. Let's get straight into the charts. So I picked ES to trade because NQ wasn't looking really good, purely because of the fact that once we swept this high, I was expecting a reaction of here to give me a break structure from this 1 hour fair value gap. At the moment of 9:30, I was prioritizing NQ because it had this fair value gap right here, and I expected a reaction to the downside from there to then catch a short. However, ES already swept that without, and it was inside of this 4 hour fair value gap, but then it gave a 5-minute inversion, which is a 5-minute confirmation that I need before NQ did anything. So I went with ES. Then I demanded a retracement into the order block, which it happened, and then I looked for a sell on the 1 minute, which it gave me, and I had my targets below. So let's go. This first setup was my setup that I should have taken and then left. This was an A grade setup purely because it didn't reach into any fair value like here like Nasdaq did. So let's just go here. So we have a 5-minute inversion, then a 5-minute retrace into the order block right here, and then we get a 1-minute break structure, which was my entry right there. So with that entry, my stop was placed here, just above this reaction, to the downside. Now the real place where my stop would have been if I put my stop where the trade idea is invalidated is above the order block right here, but then I would have to aim for this liquidity at least for like a 3R almost, or at least 1 hour sell side 3R, and then anyways I would lose the trade anyway. I like this stop more purely because it is still good, because that was a reaction made off of the order block. It should not come back there no matter what. So that's why I put my stop there. Maybe what I am just looking into, I'll pay more attention to that in the future. Maybe the trades that we have, the breakout structure and the inversion, never reach this retracement high, this one, that price that I put my stop above. So maybe once price, if price has both confirmations on the 5 minutes, so breakout structure and inversion, then I can put my stop like this. If it only has one of those, then maybe like this. We'll see about that in the future. However, this trade was an A-grade trade, and there's nothing to it other than that. It's a really good trade. Where I messed up is not actually on this trade. This trade was perfect. I would take it any time again. The mistake that I made was on this trade, where for some reason, I don't do this usually, but I opened up YouTube and saw that Tanya Trades was streaming, so I opened up her live stream, and then I saw that she is looking at a short with ES right here from this 50% move here, so somewhere around there, a bit below. I think it was like this. Yeah, this was her entry right on the 50%. So what do? So I consider this, not because like it's a signal from her or something like that, but I consider it because my trade idea was not invalidated. We did not push past this order block, so my trade idea was still valid, and I still was on the right side of the market in terms of high time frame bias. I'm sorry if I haven't showed that. Let me show that right now. So we made a reaction to the downside with yesterday's candle from this daily fair value gap, and the next obvious target for me would be this low, but as you can see, we lost on the day that the reversal happened. So this is very key, and this is the only day that we can lose, basically, in theory. So we only want to lose on these days. If we lose on these days, that's really good, because now we know that we inverse this if this closes like this, and it most likely will, and now we can expect tomorrow to do what? Go higher, hunt these highs above here, this one. Okay, so we are now targeting these highs if we close above this and close bullish about this fair value gap. Okay, so that's the only day that you can afford to lose, or that you are okay to lose if you played out your setup, because the bias on the hard time frame is switching. Okay, so as you can see, on the 4 hour we are also bearish. We just retraced here, meaning we can deliver the next leg to all of this liquidity. Look at how much liquidity is here. And then the hourly, same way. We went down, we retraced maybe a little bit up to go down then. So everything was matching up. This was a really good trade. So yeah, let me come back to this one. So I was considering this trade that she was looking at, because we didn't invalidate my trade idea. However, and that yeah, that's basically it. And I spotted that price was retracing into this 15-minute order block right here. So this candle right here, okay, this one candle, that was my order block, and I marked it out, and I wanted to see a 1 minute break structure from it, or 1 minute fair value gap inversion from it. The problem is that I still executed after it delivered that after 11:10. So 11:10 is like the last entry I would take. After that, usually no. But today I made a mistake just because she was in a short too. So I basically like, she was short. Okay, that's good. Maybe I need to also take this even though it's a bit later. That's my mistake. So for me, it would be better if I said, no, it's too late. This is not where I take my entries. And then the trade just plummets to the downside and I could have made 4%. I would rather suffer that pain that I kind of missed out, if I say. But then on the other side, I can say I followed my plan. Okay, so her plan was that, my plan is this, and I followed my plan, and that's why I did it correctly, no matter what the chart did. In this case, as you can see, let's say that I followed my plan, I did not execute, I would be grateful because I would have been stopped out. So you have to follow your plan at all times. You cannot distract yourself with other people's opinions or something like that, or by looking at other things, reels or some shit like that. You have to stay locked in while you're in charts. The only thing that you can do if you're like waiting for the setup, if like it's 9:30 and you're expecting for something to get swept and you don't want to look at price until something gets swept, at that moment you just pick up a book, bro. Just read a book instead of watching other people. So that's my main mistake that I did tomorrow, and I don't know why I did it, but I know that I'm not gonna repeat it. Tomorrow when I come here and I sit to trade, I'm not touching this fucking button, this right here. No way that I'm clicking that shit. So I'm gonna put my book in front of myself, and when I'm waiting or when I try to click YouTube, I'm just gonna see the book, pick up the book and read the book until we get a setup. I execute my setup and I'm out. That's it. That's what I have to do. Now we did not lose much. I risked almost 1% here and 0.5% here, so we are down like 1.3% or something like that. 1.38% or something like that. That's completely fine. That's still within my risk parameters for the day, so it's fine. We did not go on like full tilt to blow the account or something like that, so we are chill. We are currently in a small drawdown on the account, 2%. That's easy to gain back. It's one trade only, so yeah, if I didn't miss that trade yesterday, this we would already be in profit and this would be fine. But it is what it is. It happens. This week we'll see if we get any trades throughout the rest of the week. I'm not going to be surprised if it is a losing week because I missed my setup on Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday. Yesterday, yeah. I think it was yesterday. I'm not sure, but I missed my setup in the first 3 days. And since I know that, I have no reason to be mad if it's a losing week because I didn't perform very well. If you look at this and if you look at I missed a trade. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lock in and come better tomorrow stronger. You'll see me if I take a trade tomorrow. I'll definitely create a trade recap and you'll see me that I did not repeat any of these mistakes. That's you keeping me accountable, by the way. So yeah, thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it and that you come visit next one.